Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to show you how to go from this to these beautiful box braids in a protective style. So what you're going to need is your favorite braiding hair. I use this kind. It was about $4 at my local beauty supply, and what I liked about it is it came with basically 3 packs of hair. So inside there was 3 sections of hair within that one pack, so I thought that was a better deal. Then you're going to need some clips to section away your hair. And then you're going to also need a moisturizer to hydrate your natural hair before adding the braid. And as usual, I'm just going to section off my hair using the clips. And then I'm going to work in 3 sections: the back, the middle, and then the front, basically. So that's what I'm doing now, is clipping those 3 sections away. So now I like to start at the front because basically I run out of energy later, so I'd rather have the front look cute than looking tacky from doing it last. So I always start at the front because once I get tired, my braids get worse, and I'd rather have those in the back, just being honest. But you're basically gonna clip away what you're not working on to make it easier. And so then you're gonna cut the hair to your desired length. I like to kind of twist the hair at the end, so when I cut it, it's not blunt. And then you're gonna take the hair and basically pull at the ends, or you're gonna basically separate what you just cut, and make sure the ends aren't blunt, because that's going to help you out a lot at the end. When you dip it in water, you don't want the ends to be blunt, you want it to be jagged like this. So now you're going to start the braiding process. So you're going to take your section and add your moisturizer. What I wanted was these braids to be a lot chunkier because I didn't want to be braiding my hair for 2 days. So I wanted my braids to be bigger. So I took about medium to large size sections of my hair to start the braid off. Now what you're going to do, it's kind of like how you normally would braid your hair. You're just going to add hair in. So you're going to split your section into 2, and then you're going to cross over one section over the other like this. So you're basically going to have 2 parts. So now what you're going to do is grab your hair and then add the hair in as you would when you're braiding. So basically what I did is I grabbed 3 strands of the fake hair and then 3 strands of my hair, combined the 3, and I started braiding. The reason why I did it this way instead of just looping it around my hair and braiding is because I know from my experience, when I loop it around my hair and start braiding, the beginning of the braid starts to slide because it doesn't grip onto my hair like this method would. But to each his own. So if you can loop your hair, the fake hair, around your hair and your braid is secure, then continue to use that method. But this is the method that I decided to use. So again, I grabbed 3 strands of my hair and mix it in with the fake hair, and I start braiding that way. So each strand of my hair is being braided into the fake hair. That way it's not hanging on to the fake hair and it won't slide off. So I hope that makes sense to everybody. And if it doesn't, please feel free to go back and rewatch this video as many times as you need to in order to understand it. But that's basically what I did, and I just continued to add the braids and my entire head until I was completely finished. And girl, while I was doing this, I was watching Mary Jane. Please comment below if you are excited for the new season and that it has already started. I unfortunately don't have cable, so I'm just gonna wait till it hit Netflix so I can watch all the episodes at once. Am I the only one who does that, or no? I would also recommend to braid each braid about halfway down and then start a new one. You don't want to tire yourself out too fast by trying to braid each individual braid all the way down before starting the next one. I find it better to braid halfway through, move on to the next one, and then once you get a good chunk of your hair complete, then you can go back through and finish off those braids. You tend to work a lot better, I think, when you do it that way, because most of your energy is focused on keeping it tight at the root. So you don't want to tire yourself out by trying to braid your hair all the way to the end. You want to use as much of your energy starting the braids off rather than finishing them. So you're just going to do this until you complete your whole head. So now that we've braided our entire head, we're just going to pull all the braids forward and basically finish off any of the braids that you haven't completed or any braids that came loose. Now this is the part where having your braid hair jagged instead of blunt, as I said earlier, is really important, because if your braid hair is cut blunt and you don't basically not tangle it, but basically pull it apart to make the ends not so blunt, then you won't be able to braid your hair all the way to the end, and it won't kind of slim down from the top to the bottom as you would like them to. Unless you plan on burning your ends, which I did not, then it's very important to not have any of your ends blunt. So once you've completed your entire head and you've braided them all the way to the end, now it's time to seal the ends. So what you're going to do is take a pot in your kitchen. I would recommend a big pot such as this one, and you're just going to fill it up with water. And then after you fill it up with water, you're just going to put it on the stove at about high to medium heat, and then you want to get it to a rolling boil. Once it's to a rolling boil, you want to remove it from the heat onto another side of the stove, and then you're basically going to take all your braids and bend your head over and put it in the pot. Please, please, please have a towel nearby. And if you have never done this before, please have someone help you with this. I've done this many times before, so I don't need any help. But what you're going to do is dump the ends of your braid into the pot. Be very careful. This is boiling hot water, and what you're going to do is pick up the very top where it hasn't been in the water, and you're going to just pull it up and down into the water. The reason why I recommend this method is because it's basically straightening the ends of the braid hair. So this is how you get the ends of your braid hair very sleek and smooth, and you seal them so your braids won't come apart. But if you have blunt braids, then this will not work. You will dip them into the water, but the braids will still unravel. So that's why it's very important. So now you're going to take your towel, very carefully squeeze out the excess water, and you're going to drag the towel down because you want to keep the end straight. You don't want to rub the towel up and down up against them. And then you can re-dip them into the water as many times as you need. And then you're going to take the towel again and drench out any of the hot water. And then that's basically it. So that's how you seal the ends of your braids. And while you have your braids in, you can do this multiple times. I redid it a few weeks later before I went out of town again. So every time you re-dip your hair, it will look like this. So it'll keep your braids looking fresh. But you shouldn't have to re-dip them that often, but if you need to, you can. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and again, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and be sure to comment and like and share with a friend. I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.